You know what it is, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy.
You know who it is, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy.
Odie, Maury, Sody, Maury,
Maury, Sody, Maury, Sody.
Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy.
Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy.
Hey, oh.
Yes, Mo?
Are you ready?
Let's go!
Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy, Black and Snerdy. It's the Black and Snerdy podcast with Odie and Maurice.
Hello!
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Black and Snerdy podcast, episode 78. You are here with a couple of snerds just doing their damn thing on the podcast.
This is true.
Yes, I, of course, am Maurice, aka Kid Licorish.
And I'm Odie. Do you want me to change your name on the podcast as Kid Licorice?
I was thinking about that. Why are you up there?
Cookie. Come here, Cookie. We have a special guest with us today. Come here.
My goodness.
Come on. Say hello to Cookie.
Yes. Hello there, Cookie.
She wants to have attention all the time. She's very cute.
Yeah, and she'll shit in somebody's room if she doesn't get attention.
She has abandonment issues.
Apparently, she has like a stomach full of abandonment issues.
But she's so cute, you can't even really be upset.
I am really upset. I can be. Hey there. I can't see the name, but thank you.
Hello, Raven. Yeah, she's a very cutie. Cookie the cutie.
Cookie the cutie. All right. Welcome to another episode of the Black and Snerdy podcast. How are you doing this week?
I'm doing good, feeling great. How are you?
I'm feeling good, feeling great, feeling good.
Awesome. Oh, Cookie, your breath stinks.
Yes. First off, this dog, I swear, is just not the worst, but up there.
You know you love Cookie.
I enjoy Cookie's time.
You love her.
And if I had a dog that was like Cookie, except for the separation anxiety that she has and pooping, somehow this dog, I was going to save this for my rant at the end of the podcast, but somehow this dog opened my door. This is a little dog, mind you, and the door is closed. They clasp closed. So somehow she just knows to get into my room just so that she can poop to send some sort of message. It's like having a little mini mafia boss living in my house, sending all these messages.
At least it wasn't a horse head.
No, it was worse. It was a dog shit.
Well, one day we'll have the ability to talk to dogs, and they'll respond like an up, and you can ask her why she pooped in your room. All right, are you ready for Q&A with M&O or
yes,
O&M?
I think it's O&M.
Whichever one.
Yeah. Because M&O is just Mo, and that's me.
Well, that's true.
Yeah. So.
Because we're very meditative.
It's most terrifying noise in the world.
That's because you're aligning your chakras.
Ringing of the away bowl.
That just means that you need to be more aligned.
What's it called? The away bowl?
No, it is a singing bowl.
Okay.
Away
but it has
bowl.
a name.
It's a singing bowl.
It's not called a singing bowl, or it's not just called
I mean, I'm sure it probably has other names, but it's not an away bowl.
It is called like an away bowl.
Because it takes you away?
Yes, because it takes you away, and I'm trying to get away from this conversation.
Well, are you ready for questions?
Yes, I am ready for questions.
Here, I'm not even going to make you
decide.
I'm just going to give you
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
What's the best barbecue sauce?
Ooh. This is fucked up, and this is a little bit dark, but anytime I think of barbecue sauce, I think of
the Cosby episode.
That Cosby episode with the he was drugging his family.
Which is weird.
It's very
weird.
Like,
why do you want to get your family
of all the episodes of the Cosby Show, there's just one. I want y'all to, if you can find it, because
it's on YouTube,
scrubbed from the internet.
People have like put it on YouTube to be like, "See, we told you."
Yeah, but it was an episode in which like all of the couples in the Huxtable clan were like arguing and everything like that, and so Cosby makes this special barbecue sauce that gets everybody, in his words, all huggy-buggy.
Yeah, well, We know what he liked to do when he got huggy buggy.
Yeah, well.
But what is your favorite barbecue sauce?
I don't know if I have a favorite barbecue sauce.
Brand?
I don't know if I have a favorite brand.
My favorite
For the longest time, I didn't like barbecue sauce.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't like barbecue sauce. I like a dry rub or just the meat being as dry as possible.
I like a dry rub.
Never mind. Continue.
Mine would be...
I like my meat like I like my martinis, dry. But now it's not the case. The wetter, the better.
I personally love Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce.
Sweet Baby Ray's?
Sweet Baby Ray's. They used to have that at Howard. And so whenever I would go to the Punch Out and I would get a bacon cheeseburger, I would get ranch, barbecue sauce, ranch and barbecue sauce on the fries. And it was glorious.
You would totally drench everything.
It was on the side. It wasn't drenched. It was on the side, and then we would eat it. They made really good burgers in the Punch Out.
They really did. Those burgers were really good.
Those burgers were really good.
Like,
now they got
insane.
Wow Wings or whatever, and they don't make the burgers as well. They had really good wings, too.
Yeah. You know what? I was thinking, like, what if I went back to Howard and get a different undergraduate degree?
Yeah, why not?
Well, first off, what good would that do for me? Like, another undergraduate degree?
Well, you could go to master's in something.
Yeah, but at this point, it would have to be something like business.
No. You could pick something else.
Oh, my God. What, film?
If that's what you wanted to do.
And I could teach film. Then, I mean,
You'd be a
I
teacher.
could teach film.
You'd be a good media teacher.
I think I would be a decent teacher for older kids. So that, like
college students.
Yeah, college students. In, like, those big-ass auditorium rooms.
Yeah.
Where, like, you can't ask a question because the lecture is already, like, predetermined. It's just like, no, we're not stopping. I've written an entire 45-minute script to fill all this information. You have to go to your fucking textbooks if y'all want to ask questions.
Well, you gotta ask questions.
Okay, what was the best gift you ever received as a child? Oh, well, it wasn't a gift. I actually won it. I was gonna say nudie, the stuffed frog with the Hawaiian shirt and sunglasses. But I won that. It was the first thing that I ever won in Mrs. Pine's class for bingo day. But the best gift I ever received as a kid, I'm going to say an Xbox. Oh, no, a Dreamcast that my dad bought.
Oh, Dreamcast.
My dad bought
wow.
Dreamcast.
Didn't they try to bring that back for a little bit?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
I feel like they tried to. Maybe it was one of the. It was because Dreamcast was Sega, right?
Yes, Dreamcast.
But didn't Sega try to do like a renewal, like bring back the old games, and you were gonna be able to use?
They keep doing like revivals of older properties, like Sonic. Ooh, boy, sorry about that. Sonic Generations, right in the middle of my sentence. At least you could do yours off mic.
Well, you made me yawn.
Yeah. Ooh, baby, I like to yawn. Ooh, baby, I like to yawn. Okay, that actually might be the episode.
Well, here's your pen. You have one.
This is not the notebook. This is not the right notebook.
But mine, I would say I think maybe two of them that stand out to me are the Barbie house that I got when I was, hey Matt.
Hey Matt.
Long time no see.
Yeah, it's been a minute. Where you been at? Ducking us? You've been ducking the podcast? You know you're one of our most loyal viewers. We need you over here.
We need your views.
We need your views. It provides great content.
Thank you for being
and thank you for being a friend. Travel around the road and back again.
Okay. So the Barbie house that I got, and you could put all little stickers. It had a little elevator, had couches. Love that.
Dreamhouse has an elevator.
I don't know, but it was big. It was a big one because it had like you could fold the doors.
Did you see the house earlier that I was talking about?
I did. I think I took a picture of it.
Yeah, the abandoned house.
Yeah, and it has like the tape around it.
Oh, okay.
We got it.
Yeah, that's understandable. So
we understand.
Sorry for all that heat that I just brought to you. Like, do what you got to do. Like, we as mental health advocates, not experts, we're always, and it's always important to take care of yourself mentally, healthily, spiritually, physically. So you do what you got to do. But it's great to have you here today.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then also, I would say my PlayStation. We got that when I was like 7.
I love how, like, there was probably, like, my mom probably bought me, like, a bike or, like, something meaningful in my childhood. I'm just like, no, the Xbox was the thing.
I feel like that's a meaningful thing. I mean, it was like, I
rode
remember opening it
up
up.
and down the alley on that bike, but no, I'm like,
Someone stole the
bought me that
champagne huffy bike that my mom got me, and I think she got it from when I was
30 white
11.
bitches. I mean, this shit is fucking ridiculous.
And I was very upset. But, yeah, those two.
Okay.
So, we've asked our questions. Mm-hmm. Are you ready to jump into the pop culture segment? Okay, so first we're going to start off with some not so great updates.
Ooh,
so,
boy. Yeah, I already see the ones over here.
Jonathan Majors was in court on Tuesday to face charges of assault and harassment. His attorney is saying that this is a racially biased witch hunt. There are also some new allegations that have come out of him being abusive. It's not to say that I don't agree that there are plenty of times where we have seen a black person, or especially a black man, being villainized by a white woman. Today there was a white woman who was screaming and yelling about this black man, this teenager, stealing her city bike when he was the one that ordered it, and it was like a whole thing. It's not to say that those things don't happen, but I feel like when black men are in like a court case like this, they love to put up, oh, this is racially biased, the way that Clarence Thomas did, and that was against a black woman. Mm-hmm. It's always, it's a digital witch hunt, it's a digital lynching.
Yeah.
No,
well,
maybe
to be fair,
just
he
did
is
something.
trying to buy NBC.
He is, of course.
Yeah, so.
The contract went through right before when it came out.
But no, like for some. Okay, so Jonathan Majors' career is done. Like, can we just call a spade a spade? Can we just say that it's over for him? Like, yeah. he can do everything he can to try to get the black community to see that he might be dating Megan Good and all that.
They're just
all that other nonsense.
The thing about these kind of situations are
Megan is good. She's good without you. Okay,
is that
she's dodging that major issue. Like that's a major red flag. You're a major red flag, Jonathan Majors.
There are plenty of these black men in Hollywood or entertainment business where they will go their whole entire career. You'll never see them with a black woman. Mm-hmm. And that's like, okay, whatever. If those are the women you're with, that's no big deal. But the moment they get themselves in any kind of trouble, all of a sudden, they're linked to this black woman. And people have been notoriously talking about Jonathan Majors the same way they were talking about Michael B. Jordan, of like, oh, he only likes white women and he doesn't like black women. In this whole discourse, and I feel like
Michael B. Jordan only likes white women. I thought
he was with Lori Harvey, but before he was with Lori Harvey,
broke his heart.
Before they were with Lori Harvey, mm-hmm. he had never really been linked to any woman. They had been like, hints or rumors, people taking pictures of him on a jet ski with a woman, but like any woman that people ever try to say he was with, mm-hmm. they happen to be white. Now, I have no clue whether he only likes to date white women. I also don't really care. That's not my business. Do whatever your internal issues with yourself are, go right ahead. But I just want everyone to stop using black women, even in a PR stunt. Like, she may not, maybe they gave her some.
I don't even know if she was aware of this.
I mean, maybe they were like, listen, Meg, we got $2 million for you.
Not Meg the Stallion, Meg the Pony.
$2 million for you to just say for a few weeks you're linked to him. We're not going to confirm anything, but just so black people can be riding for him again. Mm-hmm. And they will think that works, but I'm like, I'm not buying it. And also, if this is true, I don't want Megan Good anywhere near him.
Her anywhere near Jonathan Majors, like in any capacity, even as friends or anything like that. You see how like I think it's Lisa Ray who's always standing for Chris Brown, and I'm always like, why are you doing that?
So there are a few artists that like female artists that will constantly try to give Chris Brown like the benefit of the doubt, like Kelly Rowland and Tiana Taylor, even though that has backfired in her face.
Yeah, that backfired.
And like a few other women who've been like, you know what, he was young, Rihanna's forgiven him, we are letting him like grow. We don't gonna hold him to these old standards, etc. But it's like these men will be so violent against Black women, whether it's physically, emotionally, sexually, whatever. But they want us to save them all the time, and I just don't. That is not our burden to bear. Go find your Captain Save-A-Ho somewhere else.
Yeah.
Like, it's because the only thing this is going to do is cause white feminists to attack Megan Good. Mm-hmm. And then even the Black men or Black people who will be like, oh, great, they're together. If anything were to happen, she's the one that's going to be facing the brunt of the scrutiny, not him. Because even anytime any of those women says something good about Chris Brown, they're the ones that are having to go on a freaking media tour about why are they supporting abusers and all this stuff. Like, that is just not our job. And I've never heard anything about them being friends or being linked in any kind of way. So this is just not her burden to bear. Let him go through whatever he's going through. I mean, Disney still hasn't dropped him from the movies as of yet.
He's already filmed like Loki and shit. Like,
so,
I have no idea what that Disney rollout's gonna be.
I don't know either.
Like, because Loki is supposed to be coming very soon.
I feel like they need to cancel him out of it now before Loki and Kang come out, because I don't want to have to be like, just do it. Like, just rip the Band-Aid off.
Yeah.
You
heard that theory about because we just watched the Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. Did you hear that? That theory that they're gonna make High Evolutionary a variant.
I don't want
Kang.
that to happen.
I don't want that to happen.
I do not
either.
want that to happen.
I don't want him.
I think
no offense to that actor. That
actor great in the movie.
Really,
he did a great job.
He did a really good job.
I don't want to see him as Kang.
I don't want him to be the big bad of Kang.
He could be in something make him a variant somewhere else. I
would say he's very Kang.
Jonathan Majors. Part of what pisses me off so much about this is that we don't have that many really skilled actors, male actors in Black Hollywood.
Yeah.
We have a small amount, and in the ones that are talented, a lot of them don't get the same type of roles or they don't get the access. So when we do
and the ones that are top echelon have already been in Marvel movies as other people.
Exactly.
We can't get Samuel Jackson to be Kang because he's already Nick Fury. We can't get Idris Elba because he was Heimdall. We can't get Terrence Howard because he's been blacklisted from Marvel never to be seen again. We can't get Don Cheadle because he's
Warhammer?
Not War Machine. War Machine.
And unfortunately, Chadwick is gone. So we don't have a large
What do you think of Donald Glover as the new Kang? No,
Ew.
not him?
No.
What do you mean, ew?
No.
What's wrong with Donald?
Damson Idris or John Boyega are my two votes. And honestly, I would prefer it to be John Boyega. Because I feel like they need to pay him back.
Fucked him over.
They need to pay him back for Star Wars.
Disney fucked him over.
So I'm like, you fucked him over then. Now you're all of a sudden so much better at understanding racism and all that other bullshit. Give him the role. That's my personal opinion.
All right, that's your personal opinion. Okay, so what's up next?
And there's been an update in the murder of Jordan Neely by Daniel Penny, the ex-Marine and son of a cop from West Islip. He was charged with second-degree manslaughter and appeared in court this week, but he didn't enter a plea. Neely's family has been very upset about everything that's been happening and how his family's lawyer said that Penny acted with indifference. For everybody saying, I've been on the train, I've been afraid before, and I can't tell you what I would have done in that situation, I'm going to tell you, ask how you can help. Please don't attack, don't choke, don't kill, don't take anyone else's life. I think that...
Hi, Samara.
Hello. I think that is... I don't know why you would need someone to tell you that. But Penny said they said he could face up to 15 years for the second-degree manslaughter. He's going to have another court date July 17th. But he also has been getting a lot of support from police, whether they're police or pro-police groups. He's already raised more than $1.2 million in bail money. And I'm honestly, like, I would be surprised, but this was the same thing that happened when Trayvon Martin died.
Yes, it is.
Like, it doesn't matter what the person did, as long as a black person was murdered. Mm-hmm. There are going to be racists who just don't care. AKA the pigs, the cops. And racist sympathizers. Even these people may not even all be white. I mean, one of the men helping Jordan was black, or he appeared to be black. I also think he needs to be charged for holding that poor man's arms down while he was being choked to death. But none of these people are going to see that they feel like they did anything wrong because he was poor, he was black, and they felt like his life didn't matter and wasn't as valuable as anybody else on the train. I mean, I was on the train today, and I, like, and many other times being on the train, it is sometimes chaotic. There's weird people doing weird things. It's just like, that is what you get when you go on the subway. Yes. And the fact that now people are going to try to use someone's erratic behavior on the subway as a reason that they should be murdered. Mm-hmm. It's just like, I can only imagine how bad that's going to get. And I am just so tired of having to deal with these kind of things. I'm tired of protesting. I'm tired of writing people, of posting up things. I'm tired of all the emotional labor that goes on with these circumstances. And I feel so burnt out. Yeah, and I'm burnt out too. I'm also worried. Like, I don't want this to be another summer 2020. Because I don't know. Not to say that I don't know if I have it in me. I do have it in me to like go through and do all these things. But like, I don't want to have another summer of police everywhere, Nazis just showing up around the corner, freaking not knowing. Helicopters, fireworks, and I know that it was like one of those like conspiracy theories about the police giving people fireworks. But I have lived in Brooklyn. Sup, man? For almost a decade. If you take out the time that I moved here my junior year of high school. Yes. And from then to now, taking out the time that I was at Howard, I have never heard fireworks that ridiculous at that constant. Yes. Except for 2020, and that was the first time it happened, and it did not happen since. Like, we're used to having fireworks and loud music and all that. Like, that's normal New York behavior. Yeah. But the fact that it was just constant all day, all night, helicopters all day, all night, because they're following the protesters. There's a million police out everywhere. It's just, it's too much. And I just would like to have a summer filled with joy and peace and love and Beyonce. Like, that is that too much to ask for? Is it? I don't think so. Yeah. All right, and our last update is that Tory Lanez, the troll of 54th Street, was denied a new trial in the shooting of 3-time Grammy winner Meg Thee Stallion. He, of course, has also been trying to play the race card and saying that the law enforcement edited things and made it look like they were framing him, et cetera, et cetera.
Well, funny enough, he was also trying to buy NBC.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Of course.
Yeah. You know, when Megan stepped on his deal.
But I'm glad that they're not giving him a new trial, and
that's why he shot her in the foot.
We're just gonna have to wait to hear about where this goes.
It's probably not going to go anywhere.
It's not going to go anywhere. I'm sure
he's going to be in jail, and, hey.
Huzzah!
He can fuck off, and I really do want to know what his hairline looks like.
Oh, he doesn't have one. He definitely shaved
it off. Yeah, he's probably shaved.
He's definitely bald. He can't be looking like that bald in jail. Like, he can't be like in that in jail.
Yeah. Right, what's next?
So this is some good news. The FDA, if you don't know, for a long time, any man that had sex with other men banned from giving blood. Regardless of how long ago that was. But now the FDA is going to relax its longtime ban on blood donations. And they will now request all potential donors share the details of their recent sexual history in a form regardless of their sexual orientation, sex, or gender. But they will still have questions about whether they've had anal sex in the last 3 months, which is, I feel like, why do you need to know that? But then if they've had new or multiple partners in that same time frame. I understand wanting to know people's sexual history because obviously you're donating blood, and even HIV, when you do a blood test, it can take, I think, up to 6 months or something after exposure to show. So I think that you should be diligent regardless of who you're getting blood from. I don't know why the anal sex question is in there, but
it's weird.
I mean, I guess small wins at least. But we will see what happens with that, and hopefully this gives us more blood donations because we are facing shortages on that all the time, especially after the pandemic. So I am hoping that this creates just less stigma and what is the word? Stigma and not abuse, but just like stereotyping against certain groups. Because as we saw at Mocha Fest, there were no gay men having public sex at this pool party.
Just the straight men and the potentially bisexual women.
You know, so I think that there's so many stereotypical ways of treating queer folks.
Yeah.
And that we're just hypersexualized, and we're dirty, and we're just doing whatever with anyone. When in reality, so many hoes that I know are straight.
Yeah.
It's okay. Be a hoe for
It's
sure.
okay to be a hoe. Look, hey, let it be known on this podcast.
We are a hoe-friendly
If there's no
podcast.
other message that comes out of this podcast, it's okay to be a hoe.
It's okay.
It's okay.
Be a safe hoe. Wrap it up. Get tested.
Be a safe
Take
hoe.
your prep. Take all your things. And just, but everybody is a hoe sometimes.
Do you spell hoe H-O or H-O-E? I spell it with the O, just the H-O.
Honestly, it depends. I think that sometimes I spell it H-O, and then sometimes I spell it H-O-E, but maybe that's if I'm really trying to emphasize the fact that they're a hoe. Yeah. Actually, if I'm really trying to emphasize the fact, I'll be like, whore. Like, we're being whores today.
Like, I'll put extra emphasis on it like they did in The Sopranos, just like, you a hooah. Turn it into a fucking 2-syllable word, a hooah.
Well, speaking of dirty whores.
Hooahs.
The ex-president.
Oh, I thought this
Donald
was Robert
Trump.
De Niro.
No. Donald Trump has been found.
Pouring himself out to the black community again.
Well, always. But he's been
those Dems love them some
found
black
liable for sexual abuse. He's not a Democrat.
Oh, sorry.
What are you talking about?
What are
you talking about?
I thought we were talking about Biden.
Wait, did you see? You have to listen first. You have 2 ears to listen. Okay?
You said the president.
I said the ex-president,
okay.
and I also said Donald Trump.
I thought you said the next president.
Get the cobwebs out your ears.
All right.
Okay.
Okay.
Now can I go back?
Can you?
All right.
You just let me go on that.
I was very
confused.
I was very confused as to what you were talking about. Are we ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. So, a federal jury has found that Donald Trump sexually abused writer E. Jean Carroll in the 90s and defamed her by calling her story a con job. And he owes her, I think it said $3.5 million. I actually listened to a podcast about this earlier this week. And it was E. Jean Carroll was talking to another woman that he had assaulted actually on a plane and was telling her story. And basically he sexually assaulted her when she was at Bergdorf Goodman and he saw her after that and just never acknowledged it or wanted to take any accountability for it. Mm-hmm. And this happened in the 90s, of course, but when she came out with it, this was I think it was during his presidential campaign or while he was elected, and everyone was calling her like, she's ugly and old. How could he ever have wanted to have sex with her? Meanwhile,
we gotta stop that rhetoric. We really have to, like, I need to word this well, so bear with me. Sexual assault can happen to anyone at any time, regardless of whatever Eurocentric standards have been placed on image.
Yeah.
Okay? So, enough with the slandering of people by being like, oh, you're too ugly to sexual assault. That's such a weird mind fuck of a sentence to wrap your head around. Like there. Sorry. It takes me back to this conversation that I had when I was working at Kiwi Energy. Yeah, I'm saying the name. And God, this one person who I used to crush on, but then this conversation soured me on it, was just like, well, if they're dressed a certain way, then they're probably asking for it. I'm just like, excuse me?
Of course.
It's I was trying to explain to them that, like, the onus is not on women to look or be a certain way. It shouldn't have to be that way that they can prevent sexual assaults by just looking a certain way. The onus should be on the men to not sexually assault motherfuckers. Yeah. But, you know, good that he's been found guilty. And
he owes her $5 million. I hope she gets every penny. I hope she gets double.
Yeah.
I just want everyone to keep suing him until he has no money left.
How much money does this motherfucker have?
I don't think he really has any money. I think that I think he really doesn't have that much money. He does try to do a lot of backhanded deals, which is why he was stealing all those classified documents or whatever. But I don't think he has money. I think that he just basically is a grifter and will find ways to pay for things. Like with his friends, all he has to do is tell these supporters of his, oh, these people, they're trying to, you know, take me down, fake news, and they'll go fund me this money. Like, he doesn't even have to pay it. He's just a grifter. He's a scammer, and he's the biggest, best scammer of them all, and never sees really any real consequence, because paying $5 million would be like me having to pay someone $1,000.
Yes.
Yeah, it's annoying, but it's not gonna like make me like, it's not gonna bankrupt me.
Yeah.
You know? And more unfortunate sexual abuse claims. So I guess all this is a trigger warning.
Yeah, all this is warning. Hold on. I don't have the drop. But,
it's all right. Warning.
Warning.
Country music star Jimmy Allen is being sued by a former manager of his who said that he sexually assaulted her and sexually abused her multiple times over the course of 18 months. He's saying that it was consensual. She said that he first raped her in 2020 and that he basically told her if she, like, was forcing her to continue doing it or he was going to ruin her career. And that if she told, like, you know, the same old thing. If you tell anybody, they're not going to believe you, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So you're going to have to keep doing the thing that I want you to do. Which is, I mean, it was very shocking and sad, of course. Because, I mean, I have personally never heard of this artist. But we don't have a big black country music scene. Even though black people created country music, it's still very hard for us to break in. I mean, remember when Lil Nas X had Rodeo on the Country Music Awards and people were like going apeshit about it because they were like, that's not real country music. And so now you have this other man, and now whatever happens, we're gonna find out. I'm sure he'll probably try to use the racialized thing.
Well, he was trying to buy NBC.
He was trying to buy NBC. Yeah. I think the woman that has put forth the allegations is also white. So I think, like, sometimes those things make it complicated because you'll have a bunch of black people who don't want to believe that this person did anything and that it was all just, you know, it's a witch hunt. But, like, just, we can't let past crimes keep us from seeing present ones. And whatever happens with this, I'm sure it'll come out. But I I first of all have never heard of Jimmy Allen. So it's not like he has this big bustling career that's so mainstream that like someone's definitely going to be trying to tank his career. But we will see what happens. And the courts will let us know. So
What am I looking for?
nothing. I was just telling you to pay attention to it.
I am paying attention.
You're not. You're looking at the television.
I'm not looking at the
I can
television.
see your eyes.
No.
Yeah. So, watchers, let us know if you feel like you're being engaged
First
or if
off,
someone's eyes
listeners and watchers
are drifting off to Justice League.
All right.
Okay.
Right. Well, then I'm paying attention.
Okay. This is some good news. Jamie Foxx, I can't remember if we talked about this.
I'm not sure if we talked about it at all.
But Jamie Foxx had a medical scare a few weeks ago. He was in the hospital. Some were saying it was a stroke. We really didn't have much information. But his daughter and some of his friends in Hollywood have been keeping us updated.
Thank you.
Don't co-sign these
much.
shenanigans.
They just dropped Justice League on Netflix, and even though I have HBO Max, or Max as it's about to be called, it's a good show. What can I say? But I am paying attention. I want to make that clear. Justice League is in the background.
Yeah, that's why
I am paying
spent
attention.
a whole 5 minutes talking about Trump, and you're like, Biden, black people. See, that's how much you were paying
attention. You said it wrong.
Okay.
I'm blaming you.
All right.
You're the one who's getting blamed right now.
It's me. I'm the problem. It's me.
Yeah, look at us. Black men at it again. Blaming black women.
Okay, so Jamie Foxx
taking accountability.
Has been sick, and I want to say 2 days ago, I saw that Torre, that the journalist, he had put something on his Instagram that was saying that Jamie Foxx's family was preparing for the worst. Mm-hmm. Like, he was on life support, et cetera, et cetera. And I was so shocked and scared. I was sharing it to everyone. And, even though Torre has been problematic, I would say currently, and has problematic parts, I still was accepting the things that he was putting up there as, okay, this is another one of Jamie Foxx's friends or people in the media that are connected.
Yeah.
Giving us the information. And I did not do my due diligence, as I usually would, to see, who put it out and where the story was coming from. Because it found out that his daughter had to put out a statement and was like, update from my family. Sad to see how the media runs wild. My dad has been out of the hospital for weeks recuperating. In fact, he was playing pickleball yesterday. Thanks for everyone's love.
The motherfucker's out here playing pickleball. The most rich sport other than squash.
Yeah. I feel like it's squash adjacent.
Yeah. Did you know that squash is actually the most active sport that you can do, burning calorie wise?
I didn't know that.
That's why I wish people love playing it, because it's just it's a quick session, burns a lot of calories, it's not but so intensive,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
It always sounded like a fun game to play.
I thought we learned that from playing game night.
Oh, I think they did mention that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what I remember it.
All right, more in music news. There's been a whole bunch of shenanigans.
I don't know what this is.
Well,
I was trying to figure it out, but Twitter wasn't helpful.
Anita Baker is on tour.
Sweet. That is Anita Baker, right?
Yes, I believe that's her.
Okay. I don't want to be loud and wrong again.
So, Anita Baker and Babyface have been on tour together. They had a show on Wednesday night, and Babyface put up a post explaining why he didn't go on for his set. And he said, I would never. Oh, wait, sorry. I think this was a post in response to what he initially posted, but on Twitter, he said that I am truly sorry to my fans who have been waiting for us to hit the stage this evening at Prudential Center. I was asked not to perform in order to give Miss Baker her space and time to perform her show in its entirety. My band and I are extremely saddened. We didn't get to perform. Why is this going so slow? Okay. Well, he said he was sorry, and he basically said
It's an old computer.
it is. It's just the internet is just being obnoxious right now.
Yeah.
So my band and I are extremely saddened, and we didn't get to perform for y'all tonight. And so Anita Baker came out and was basically trying to say, like, that's not what happened.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I can't believe this, that you'd be putting my name through the ground. But people have been having some issues with the Anita Baker's concert. Some people said she was 2 hours late. Some people were saying that she just wasn't doing what she should have been doing on the stage. I was doing some research, and apparently Anita Baker has always kind of had some interesting behavior when it came to her concerts.
Some diva-like
behavior. Now
tactics.
Like, the thing is, she's an iconic singer. She's Black music royalty. Like, I don't think there's many Black homes that didn't at least clean up one weekend to Anita Baker. But I was seeing, like, things about apparently when Luther Vandross was first coming out, they were supposed to perform together at an award show, and she cut the duet just to perform by herself. And there were many other things that also came up around that.
To be fair, I've been doing some research as well, and the reason why she cut Babyface's set was, and this is a direct quote from her, she was caught up in the rapture.
And the rapture of love.
Yes.
I don't know. I think it's a weird thing for aunties and uncles to be fighting like this. Yeah. But I also know, like, if I'm supposed to perform somewhere, I've paid for this, people have paid to see me, and I don't come on.
It's 11:30.
You can't pause? I feel like it's going to pick up on the mics.
I don't think so.
Okay.
These mics are pretty insulated.
But, we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Now,
hopefully they
if
can...
I did this, I know.
Hopefully they can fix it and get back onto this tour. Because you know what? As you get older as an artist, you cannot throw away bags of money. And you want to make sure that you can always rely on a reunion tour, a joint tour where you got all the people from that
Sell out
era.
SOBs.
Yeah, like, you just need to be able to, because, like, she's not going to be doing, she never was the type of performer who was, like, dancing around or whatever. She's, like, a singing, and she's great voice.
She's a great vocal performer.
Yeah, and people want to see that. The aunties are coming out. First of all.
And at least she's not sitting in a chair.
If my mom.
A subtle shot.
If my mom came to go to a concert that was scheduled at 8 o'clock, and it did not start until 10:30 or 10 o'clock, I think she would have left. Yeah. Like, I think by 9:30, Susan is packing up her bag and emailing Ticketmaster about her refund.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be like, what? Why? Like, when at that time...
And that's going to be a whole hell in itself.
And a whole hell in itself. And I remember one time I went to go see Solange at Radio City Music Hall, and it was a very interesting concert. But she came out almost 2 hours late. And you can't come out 2 hours late if you're not Beyonce. Yeah. And even Beyonce's never come out late. Like, you go, like, the first 30 minutes or whatever is just there. You're just there, listening to music, twerking on something. Yeah. But Solange didn't have any of that. We were just sitting there in a dark theater with weird, like, weird music. It was not the same. Everybody was upset. All the aunties and uncles were upset because they wanted to hear Cranes in the Sky, and they were just sitting there taking naps. So y'all, Miss Anita, please do better. And speaking of people who need to do better, have you heard of Taylor Swift's reported new boyfriend?
No. I don't. I lost track after, like, the fourth one. Taylor Swift, this is a message. Just stay single.
You know what it is? I just think that...
I'm not saying that everybody deserves love. You know what I mean? Like, and everybody deserves to find the person that, gives them that love. But
Yes.
at this point, like all of your albums are about the heartbreak of some boyfriend. All right.
I just think it's weird when people get into a relationship and then like
it's the
they
inspiration
break up and then they get right into a new relationship.
Yeah.
And it's like a pattern. It's like a serial
I think
monogamous.
Taylor Swift is a serial monogamous.
Yeah.
Like, she doesn't know what it's like to be
just
single.
enjoy yourself. Go on multiple dates with people.
Or
hang
just
out. Just
travel
be
by
dating.
yourself. Like,
Like go have a eat, pray, love moment.
Yeah.
Because this guy that she's apparently linked to now, Matt Healy from the 1975. I don't know who that band is.
Yeah.
But apparently,
1975.
he made some comments about Ice Spice that people are saying are racist. He said, ooh, the thing is moving. Ice Spice, I'm sorry. It's not because I'm annoyed that me joke got misconstrued. Oh, wait, no. That's his response. I'm trying to find where he said, they joked about her sounding like an Inuit Spice Girl and a chubby Chinese lady, while the host Friedland and then Healy were laughing while imitating Chinese and Hawaiian
White
accents.
men just need to fucking chill out in general. Like,
he called Ice Spice dumb and used an Inuit ethnic slur to refer to her. And this fucking podcast.
That is racist. White dudes should no longer
the Adam
be on podcasts.
Friedland show. I bet you it
Having
has
said
so many fucking episodes. Y'all need to be looking at our podcast and watching it and paying attention.
Yeah.
Not these
Because
racist white guys.
You'll never get any racism from us. You might get some racism from me on other podcasts. This is me hyping up the Dragon Ball podcast that I just did. But not even racism. Like, not even overt racism. Yeah, just, I said the N-word at one point.
Well, you can't be racist to yourself.
I can. Caught up in the rapture of N-word.
Well, his response to her said, I just feel a bit bad and kind of a bit sorry if I've offended you.
That is, first off, the if-then apologies are not apologies. That's something I had to learn in therapy.
Yeah.
Like, and that's,
yeah.
I used that against a parent a few years back, and I was just like, actually, yeah. It didn't go well, but it was just like, that's not an apology. If the apology is, I'm sorry if I offended, no, I'm telling you that you did something wrong. It's not a if, and, or question of whether it happened.
It did.
So apologize for the thing that happened. Not if it happened. I'm telling you it did.
Well, Healy said, Ice Spice, I'm sorry. It's not because I'm annoyed that me joking got misconstrued. It's because I don't want Ice Spice to think I'm a dick. I love you, Ice Spice. I'm so sorry. I don't want it to be misconstrued as mean. I don't mind being a bit of a joker, but I'm genuinely sorry if I upset them because I fucking love them. Oh, shut the fuck up, Healy.
Shut up.
And
Ice Spice is adorable.
She's so adorable. She's a little Niger babe. She's Nigerian and Dominican.
Well, of course.
I know. Of course I know. I love that. I want her to make an album called
Nigerian babe. I'm a Nigerian
no,
babe.
I want her to make one called like Platanos and Jollof. Or something like that. I don't know. She can do it. Or make a song called Swallow. If you're Nigerian.
There would be a song.
If you're
called
Nigerian,
Swallow.
you know what I'm talking about. It would be awesome.
Awful.
Well, Rolling Stone staff writer LaShara Paul.
Eat it with your fingers. Eat it with your fingers. Swallow. Eat it with your fingers. No plates.
She responded
no
to
utensils.
Healy's apologies, saying self-awareness has long rested at the center of the 1975 public perception, helmed almost solely by Healy. Their music is his search to be sincere while keeping up with a bit. It's his way of providing social commentary on the digital age and societal shifts, so it makes sense that even his apology to someone else would also be about him. He isn't sorry that he participated in racially motivated and body-shaming conversations about a successful woman 11 years younger than him. He's sorry that it made him look bad, pulling back the curtain on the type of missteps his fans are used to forgiving. So, fuck you, Matt Healy.
Fuck out of here.
I did not know who the fuck you were before, and I definitely don't want to know who you are now. Other people who have put their foot in their mouth recently, Debrat. She and her wife are expecting a child, as we have discussed, and they found out that they have people found out that their donor is a white man.
White.
So people were upset, or people were questioning, because I think there is a lot of conversation in the black
diaspora
queer community about the proponents. Or did I say that right? Did I use the right word?
I feel like it is the proponents.
The proponents of
the pros and cons.
No. Like the prevalence of black queer couples using non-black, specifically white donors and or sperm to have children, because like, why do two black people not want to make another? Like, why would you not want to have use black sperm to have your baby? I mean, regardless, if you have a black parent, you're gonna be black regardless. But the Eurocentric aesthetics that come along with having a white or non-black donor cannot be denied, and those colorism, texturism, featureism are all things that are still steeped in the black queer community. So it was a conversation, and people were talking about it. Someone asked her and her wife, and she was basically like, her wife was saying that there were not a lot of black donors, because the black male donors are in short supply. And she made a joke about like, oh, only black donor that was available looked like Jiminy Cricket. So people were upset, because obviously that's like that just sounds
that's fucked
weird.
Up. Come on now.
So she apologized.
At that point, he at least has a good conscience. Hey.
She apologized on the Tamron Hall show, and she said, "I cracked jokes about almost everybody that I cracked jokes about almost everybody that I saw. That one just happened to make it in the show. I wasn't trying to be mean or saying anything negative about black people. We were looking for a black donor. We're black. We wanted a black donor."
But they didn't get one.
And she was like, "I didn't think it would have bothered anybody, or else I would have taken it out. I had no idea people were going to be so offended." I think that, like, there's a difference between being funny and then also making jokes that are stepping on the stereotypes and the insecurities that black people have about people feeding into anti-blackness. Because, okay, were there no Asian or Latinx or any brown person available in this sperm bank at all? I mean, not saying that you can't there's nothing wrong with you choosing a white donor, whatever, that's available to you and you want to have a baby, and that's great. But I think that we still have to have those conversations of why these choices are being made. Personally, I don't think we need to be having them with them, because for what reason? It was pointless. But I do think you just have to be mindful of the things that you're saying.
Yes,
because
be mindful. Just
because it might be funny to you doesn't mean it might not have ramifications when you are someone with a very large platform.
Speaking of the Brat, in the Brat's catalog, we got confirmation that we're getting a Diddy versus Dupree versus...
Don't stop.
Who you got?
Don't stop.
Of course, you're in New York, so of course you got Diddy. I have Dupree.
Okay. It's too hard. Of course I'm going to go with Diddy. He has Mary J. Blige.
Yes, but Jermaine Dupri has Mariah Carey.
Okay. Yes. That's a good... Okay. Mary J. Blige, Jermaine Dupri. We have
Usher.
112 against what was Jagged Edge also?
Lil Bow Wow.
Lil Bow Wow. He's there. He got hits.
Hold on. I'm looking up So Def. Ludacris, I think. Was on there. Well, we got Danity Kane. Danity Kane was very popular, and that song. Danity Kane.
We got Mary J. Blige. Hold on. Mace, Biggie. Were the Locks a part of
Have Escape, Da Brat, Crisscross, Jagged Edge, Like I said, Lil Bow Wow, Usher, Anthony Hamilton, Dem franchise.
Listen, you can leave it and rock with it, and I will always be down for that.
Youngbloods.
B2K is Diddy has B2K. Lil Kim. Nas, Puff Daddy and the Family. I don't know. I don't know. I think it'll be a great show either way, and I'm looking forward to it. I don't know if I'll buy tickets to see it, but I would like it. All right, so we're saying congratulations to Robert De Niro. He just had his number 7 baby, and not with a white woman again, because Paul Mooney.
Did we say the brat?
We did.
Okay. All right.
Oh no, we didn't. But yeah, you did.
Okay. Yeah.
Robert De Niro has had 7 children, and none of them with a white woman. And Paul Mooney said the only thing that Robert De Niro could do with a white woman is hold her for the police, which is hilarious because he has no Robert De Niro. That one was good.
You're welcome. That one was good.
That one was good.
All of mine are good.
Well.
I'm gonna throw this drink in your face.
But I hope that him and I believe his girlfriend's name is Lisa Chen. Not Lisa, Tiffany Chen. Mm-hmm. His other children are with Diane Abbott and Grace Hightower. Mm-hmm. Robert De Niro. First of all, if you've never seen A Bronx Tale, it's a very much like a autobiographical about his life. Mm-hmm. Calogero, gorgeous. I was so in love with him as a little girl. And Robert De Niro played his father. Also, that was peak Robert De Niro. Super sexy. But he's now 79. Do I think that people should not have children depending on their age?
Well, the downside is that he's, if we're being honest, Robert De Niro's gonna not probably see his son graduate or his child graduate from high school.
I mean,
that's a real possibility.
You got 20 years. He's 79. Is he gonna live till 99? I think that's a question. I think that sometimes you should just ask yourself certain questions. Although you could have the money to take care of these children, regardless of how old you are, are you going to be able to be there to be with them and all that? I think those are questions. And you already had 6 children, so you didn't need another one. Yeah. But perhaps maybe Tiffany's trying to get on the will. I don't know.
Dusty sperm.
Ugh, I don't know. And I'm happy for them. I hope that they're having a happy, healthy baby. That Tiffany's doing great. Happy Mother's Day. Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Mother's Day.
Yes, Happy Mother's Day. I hope all the best for you and the baby, and I'm sure they're super adorable. Yeah. Beyonce, speaking of mother, Beyonce has her tour is on pace to make more than $2 billion worldwide.
That is an excellent payday for the Queen Mother, the Queen Regent. Yeah. Jay-Z wishes.
He wishes.
I mean, he's over here trying to open up a casino.
He's over here trying to make sure that his outside baby doesn't finally get the DNA they need to confirm their parentage. That's what he's concerned about. And once again, causing Mother Beyonce stress. Because now, every time we see Beyonce, we also going to have to see stupid headlines about his shenanigans. Yeah. Okay, but I just want to do this one last thing.
Okay, what's this last thing?
The video that I sent you.
Oh, yeah.
I want you to play it.
Okay. I'm playing the video now.
Start from the beginning. Okay, I was going to give you a little lead in. There is, this woman we're on British, UK television. She is coming on to talk, and the broadcasters don't really know. There's some confusion on how to say her name. So press play.
Thrilled to be joined by lawyer Dr. Shola Moschog. How do I pronounce your name, Shola?
Read it, my darling, read it.
Shog Bam Imibu?
Okay. So this is terrible.
I know
especially
it's terrible.
for presenting.
It's not easy,
Okay,
give her a break.
Go back and start again.
Right,
Just
okay,
read
Shola,
it. Yeah,
Moss,
phonetically.
Shog, Mam, Emu.
Do it again.
Oh, come on, I got the Shola right.
Do it again and read it
Shola,
phonetically.
Moss, Shog, Mam, Emu.
You just missed the beat. Try again. Go on.
Shola, welcome to the show.
No, you say my name. Now read it
Shola,
phonetically.
Moss, Shog, Bam, Emu.
Okay, Shog Bamimu, but well
There
done.
you go, great accent. And Carol.
Now,
And Carol!
there have been mixed responses about this. I personally loved it.
Yeah.
As a woman with a strong name, I have,
Well, yeah, it
and
is.
my name is not even, it's only 6 letters, and it's extremely, bless you, it is extremely phonetic. Odochi. There's nothing else.
I have heard it being pronounced as
It's
like
been
Odaki.
pronounced since I can remember. People have literally spent no time
Odachi?
trying to pronounce it even kind of correctly. The amount of white people who be like, I'm just going to give you a nickname. No, you're not. I will tell you what my nickname is. You say my name the correct way, and only say it if you can say the correct name. So yes, pronounce it again. And as a journalist, there is never a time you should be interviewing someone if you don't know how to say their name.
You do that off mic. Like, you're saying,
You have, like,
how would I go about pronouncing your name?
the amount of
Like,
times.
many times I've hosted comedy shows, and, like, there's a name on the list that I don't know how to pronounce. Like, I'm just like, hey, how do I pronounce your name? Because if you do not tell me how to pronounce your name, what I will do is I will mumble it into the microphone. Like, pronouncing, like, and that's Odochi Ibe.
Well, like, there have been times where I've been interviewing people, and maybe we're doing like a live stream or whatever, and I will send them in part of the pre-production.
Yeah.
Please send me how to say your name phonetically. I don't care if your name is Erica Smith. Tell me how to say it, because I know that I'm going to try to pronounce it. But, like, there are plenty of Nigerian names that I could tell you right now I would not be able to pronounce if I saw them. Yes. They might be very long. They might have a lot of little things. My lazy American tongue does not know how to do it. So I would ask them, please keep telling me how to pronounce it so I do not try embarrass you or myself when we get on here. Yeah. And this is not the first time that a white woman has tried it with a black woman, regardless of where she's from. One time, years ago, I saw Chimamanda and Ngozi Adichie at the... Oh God! What is that? No, it's the library in between Washington Square Park or by like West Fourth, whatever. There's Parsons. There's a school there. I forget what it's called.
They're scary.
But she was speaking, and it was put on by the Strand, and the Strand's owner was kept mispronouncing her name, and it just was infuriating to me that you could have somebody on stage giving you their time, and you couldn't deign to just spend a little bit, measly minutes, making sure you knew how to pronounce them. So no, if you could say Schwarzenegger or Saoirse or any of the...
Schlesinger.
Like, there's so many names that are difficult to pronounce. It is not a strictly African or Asian thing for you to have, like, a strong name. There are plenty of them, and you learn how to say some, so learn how to say all of them. Yeah. It's like, it is so unprofessional. You obviously didn't care, and you embarrassed yourself, and she
did look like a fool.
She sounded
looked like a
she
fool.
said, again, she said, okay, again, my dear. I just was hearing one of my aunties, like, telling me, like, you tried, but do it again, because that wasn't working.
If at first you don't succeed,
I just, like...
dust yourself off and say my name. Say my motherfucking name right.
I don't understand why white people will just continue to embarrass themselves. And I really feel like, and I've been saying this for years, that we treat white people like they're 2-year-olds. We treat white people and men like they're 2-year-olds. Because if they just do the barest minimum, it's like, oh my God, yeah, you did it. Wow. No, you are an adult. You are an adult whose job it is to talk to people regardless of where they're from and their backgrounds. You should do the bare minimum of investigative research and make sure you know how to pronounce your interviewee's name right. Like, that's the barest of minimums that you could do. Show her the same respect that you'd be showing to Erna Konakova or whomever, because you would make sure you know how to pronounce her name before she gets on the stage. And yeah, her name might be long, but you're just acting as if it was just so impossible. Like, then don't say my name. If you can't say it,
don't say my name. That's not my name.
That's not my name. That's it. All right.
That's everything.
We just need a break.
Yeah,
because we're about to get kicked off Instagram.
Yeah.
We'll be right back. We're gonna be back with mental health, things that pissed us off, RIPs, and the things that made us happy.
All right.
So
we will be back with more of the Black and Snerdy podcast.
You're listening to the Black and Snerdy podcast.
We now return to the Black and Snerdy podcast.
Come, let's watch the rain as it's falling down. Sunlight on your skin when I'm not around. Shit don't feel the same when you're out of town. So come and watch the rain as it's falling down. Rain keeps falling, tears keep falling. Rain keeps falling, tears keep falling. Darling, your love is like walking on a bed of nails.
Ow.
And I just keep on fighting. Oh, come, let's watch the rain as it's falling down. Ooh. Sunlight on your skin when I'm not around. Shit don't feel the same when you're out of town. So come, let's watch the rain as it's falling down. And also, don't sleep till Brooklyn! Don't sleep till Brooklyn! That's your mantra. That has to be your mantra. And since you're already in Brooklyn, it's just you won't sleep.
I can't help my sleeping patterns.
Okay? I think you can. I think you actively go out of your way to not do anything about it.
I try. I lay there.
If you don't drink some fucking Z-Quil.
I do. Sometimes I do.
Not enough. Not enough Z-Quil.
Well.
Not enough Z-Quil is being drunk.
Are you ready for our mental health question?
Yes, I am.
Which part of your life is the most mysterious?
Ooh, probably around my sexuality.
You think that's mysterious?
No, I'm pretty open about eating man ass. But yeah, so as far as I don't know, maybe my origins, because like look, I don't really have or at least I don't keep in contact with people for my origins. Like I always say that my origins is like college years. Like I got my friends from college, the Gladyses, the Maris, the Jameses, the Justin, the JJs, you know, of the world and stuff. But like everything before that is a mystery. Like there was one person that I glommed onto in high school, and they fucked me over royally. To the point where there are certain songs that I will not sing or listen to, and will never.
I know.
Never, ever.
You talk about me letting things go.
Well, you do.
You need to let some things go.
No, I've let most of that go. But
we can see.
Just because you let something go doesn't mean it can't piss you off.
Okay, same for me.
All right, well. Yeah, thank you, Matt. Thank you. Anyhow, I would say my pre-college years. Like, so elementary school, middle school, high school. Like, all of that shrouded in mystery. My formative years, nobody knows, really.
What is going on? Alexa, mute.
Why did that happen?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
You lost your singing voice.
Oh, and I'm sure there's a story around that I would like to hear. I also lost my singing voice. Look, I'm going to tell the story, and I'll make it very quickly. I was applying to the Baltimore School of the Arts. I didn't get in because they said that I didn't have enough training, which is stupid because
You were going there.
you
for
were
the
going
training.
there in order to train. I wanted to be a musician.
Yeah.
I wanted to be a singer. I grew up in Glee Club. I grew up singing all the fucking time. My voice could have been a fucking American Idol. Like, I'm not gonna say I would have gone all the way, but maybe
You would have
like,
made it to like the
Sweet
group.
16, maybe top 8.
Yeah.
Maybe. You know,
Cookie.
this dog. I swear, you've already been out once, Cookie.
Your breath smells.
And your breath smells. What have you been eating? Have you been eating the shit that you shat in my room?
It was one time.
No, it's every single time. That's why I strategically think that. Nope, I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I'm not going there. I refuse. I refuse. It's okay. It's okay. I think you're colluding with this dog. I think you have some sort of secret pact with the dog to allow it to shit in my room once the apartment is left alone.
No, you're a good girl, Cookie.
No, you're not.
You're a good girl.
Cookie is not a good girl.
Hey,
Cookie is a
Cookie is a good girl.
I will say Cookie is a middle of the road girl.
Cookie,
Not a bad dog. Not like in Guardians of the Galaxy yesterday, but
she's a good girl.
middle of the road.
Okay, are you finished? with your rant?
What about your what possibly could be a mystery about you?
My romantic life.
Fair enough.
I think that's the thing.
Who's Odie fucking?
I think that usually is what people are most lost on, and yeah, I think that's it. That's what I get the most questions about. So
Yeah. And you ain't telling nobody nothing.
I tell who
Good.
I tell who needs to know. I'm just a very private person.
Is that true at all?
No, I
Who
do.
needs to know?
Yeah, the people who need
The
to
people
know.
who need to know.
Like my sister, my parents, my closest friends.
You have 19,000 closest friends.
No, I do.
Yes, you do.
I have select groups of people.
You have 1 million friends, and of those friends, you have like 1,900 close friends.
If I had 19 million close friends, our podcast would be bigger because they'd be fucking listening in.
I don't know. Because I don't believe that.
They would.
I don't know.
I would hope so. Shit.
I would hope so
What's
too.
the point of having all those friends?
You have as many friends as you have now, and fucking we only get Matt.
He's
chiming in.
he's the real one.
Where's James?
James, where are you?
James, where the fuck are you? Okay.
All
right, I'm not going down this road.
All right.
All right.
Yeah, that's it.
So how is your? Oh yeah. So
Yes, every week we like to check in with each other on our mental health because we are mental health advocates,
not experts.
And so tell me, how are you doing? How was your week? You've been having a tumultuous few weeks. But you've also been doing things that are joy-filled.
Yes.
But you tell me how you're doing.
Okay, I was about to ask if you were answering for me.
No, I wasn't.
Okay, well.
I mean, I could, but I couldn't encapsulate it in the best way.
It's frustrating right now. This is a frustrating time of year for me. I'll get more into that, and when I get into the things that make me mad. I'm not really happy. I am finding outlets to make me content, but I am not happy right now. it is because right now it's just a lot of uncertainty in the air.
Yeah.
And I don't like it.
Yeah.
I don't like uncertainty. I don't like uncertain like periods of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I know that this is just temporary, but I wish the temporariness of it all would just fucking hurry up and get the fuck on with it. Like, I haven't even been able to enjoy the downtime.
Yeah. Because you're just so trying to get everything done.
I'm trying to.
I feel like that's why I was saying in Jamaica, I want you to just enjoy the downtime. And also, not to say you can't still be doing. I wanted to secure a job and then go to Jamaica, being like, I start my job after my vacation. But I think that you just like you've been doing all of the work, and I think that having a few days off. Not to say you can't do anything during those days, but just like submitting something and letting it go, so you can just enjoy yourself and not be having this like cloud over you. Because what is the point of being in Jamaica if you can't, feel irie? Every little thing's going to be all right. Keep the faith.
All right.
Even though it's very frustrating.
These 3 birds.
Yeah. Sat on your window. But no, I understand.
Meanwhile, in hedonism, I want 3 birds to sit on my face.
Whatever will make you happy. Yeah. Whatever will make you happy.
How's your week?
I would say it's been.
Oh my God! I used to have that drop.
It's been,
and now I can't find it. Now it's fucked.
A mixed bag. I would say in general, things have been going well, but I have been having like projects ramping up at work.
Yes.
And still trying to navigate my mental health at work is stressful and frustrating, because I'm always feeling like, am I doing enough? And like, what am I dropping the ball? Am I forgetting something? Like, and just putting a lot of pressure on myself, which I'm not trying to do. But like, the way that you feel with the uncertainty of not having a job, I feel uncertainty about like the stability of my job.
There it is.
Because there's just been a lot of upheaval. There's been a lot of changes. There's been layoffs, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And sometimes it feels like the Hunger Games. Like, may the odds ever be in your fucking favor, because you don't know when your name's going to be fucking pulled out the hat. And that's something that stresses me out, but I'm trying to, like, just work through that. And I have, my therapist is wonderful. She sent me a lot of great resources and all that, like, to help with, like, the ADHD part, because that's the part that's most frustrating for me, and causes me the most stress and anxiety and depression. So, we'll see. I think that it's like, I always see my mental health as a work in progress, but I will say that, like, my therapist was very proud of me this last week, because she said I was sounding very self-assured and very, like, content, and what she said, grown, because
about time.
Well, basically what she said, she was like, I haven't seen this part of you, and I feel like were certain things that I was stressing out over that I wanted to do that I was having a difficult time with. I have done them, and the difficult time was not, I didn't need to have a difficult time because it was way less stress-inducing than I thought it was going to be. And so I feel like that has lifted, like, a burden off of my shoulders, if you want to call it that. And I'm trying to focus all of the energy that I had towards that, towards, like, my career and my work, and trying to just get that together in ways that I can feel the most fulfilled. Because right now, I can't say that I'm feeling as fulfilled as I want to be. And, maybe I won't be fulfilled until I'm just podcasting and creating all day, every day.
Yeah.
and like that's what will be giving me like the joy. But I do know even with that, like in my head, perfect scenario, 5-year plan is that within the next 5 years, our podcast has taken off. We have sponsors and ads, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, where we're able to just do this and not worry about anything else. And this is just like paying all of our bills and creating jobs in our community and all of that good stuff. But even still, before that can happen, I still need to solidify like with my 9-to-5, like the savings that I want to have and the structure, because for me, like, yeah, and I mean, I'm grateful that I, like, there are certain things that I'm always really good at doing at work in, like, setting myself up, and I'm glad that I've been doing them, but, like, I'm someone who, and maybe this is, like, poverty trauma, but, like, I do not feel, I don't think I ever feel secure in the amount of money that I'm making, because I'm always worried that it's going to go away. Yeah. And growing up, like, even though we were like middle class, technically we weren't really middle class financially. I just had 2 parents that had master's degrees, so it was like there were certain things that like are expected, but like there were a lot of times of having like hardship and stress and struggle that I feel like as a kid I shouldn't have had to, or it wasn't great that I was privy to, and having to navigate and having to like grow up in certain ways before. I feel like a lot, when I think about a lot of my friends, those weren't things they necessarily had to think about. So for me, like, sometimes just like, I feel like I've been being an adult since I was like 13, 14 years old. And that's tiring. I'm tired of that. I'm tired of adulting. And adulting like alone, because it's just a lot of work. But I think that I'm just trying to navigate around those things. What are you doing?
Sorry, I thought it was a floral print, but it's actually
they're like kind of flowers, but they're just like
it wasn't until I was rubbing your back in solidarity and solace and shit that I was like, these are poking out.
Oh yeah, you didn't realize that?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, they're little like flowers, but just like they're sticking out. But yeah, I think those are things that are always top of mind for me. And like, I'm a very hard worker, sometimes to my detriment. But I work hard because I don't want to ever feel stressed about money. And I'm always trying to find new ways to have new streams of income, to solidify my life and the lifestyle that I want and deserve. But sometimes knowing that there's like other outside forces, that's just stressful.
It is. And
trying to figure out how the way that I can create the life that I want, with both the internal desire and the outward action. And I'm very hopeful that meds and like a behavioral therapist will be able to help me towards my goals in that.
I thought you were about to say meds and a baby.
Meds and a baby? No.
Meds and a baby!
A baby would be the worst thing for my mental health at this point.
That would.
Be stressed out all the time. Although I do know people who feel like, oh, I got pregnant and all of a sudden all these things were just falling into place. Good for you.
Yeah, good for you.
Do I think that would happen for me?
I wanted to call somebody out.
Tell me later. Get off.
The only survivor of the NW massacre.
Yeah.
Hope you get fired. Right off of maternity leave.
I do know you really feel that, but I know that's out of anger and disgust. We wish you well.
I don't.
All All right, are you ready to go towards the things that made you grumpy?
Yes.
Bring it! What? We gripe it. We're not griping anywhere else. We gripe it. This safe space for us to share. We gripe it. We ain't griping anywhere else. We gripe it.
So what's making you mad?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
All right. Well, one, another child was shot by some random gun-toting crazy flakes person. A 14-year-old girl in Louisiana was playing hide-and-go-seek, and David Boyle, 58-year-old man in Starks, Louisiana, shot her because she was on his property. Again, this is bullshit. I mean, this has been happening so often. It's not where we're not having police shootings every week. We're having people being shot because they accidentally wandered on someone's property. I mean, the amount of times I have played hide and go seek, with my friends, and we were like going through neighbors' bushes or hiding behind someone's house. I mean, not to say it wasn't possibly dangerous, but you should not be worried about getting your brains shot out your head because this person is such a freaking trigger happy asshole that they cannot hold it together. So that pissed me off. This story that I read about this Philadelphia police officers, Brian Devaney, Sean Dolan, and Devin Smith, that were involved in a shooting that killed 8-year-old Fanta Biltley, were sentenced to 5 years probation after pleading guilty to 10 counts of reckless endangerment last year. That pissed me off because I feel like they deserved more. The train pissed me off because it was going local today.
What, during the daytime?
Yeah, when I was going to go to brunch or to go to dinner, it was going local from between DeKalb and 42nd.
Oof.
Which is a lot of stops.
That's so many stops.
We were going to fucking Rector. Like, I don't want... Why? Why are we doing these things? Or I don't think it wasn't local between 14th and 34th. So I guess by the time 14 stop came, we were done with the local. But it's annoying. I hate it. It's pissed me off. Google Maps pissed me off trying to find the restaurant. And the main thing that pissed me off today, rude-ass wait staff. It does not matter. Bless you. It does not matter if I'm coming there and I'm spending $20 or I'm coming there and I'm spending $100 or $200. You should be treating me with just joy, exuberance, excitement, like not kissing my ass. But I just had the worst experience at STK in Midtown, which we've been to the STK in, what was that, Meatpacking twice. The first time, great service. It was wonderful. The second time we went for brunch, it was like...
They were doing the most.
It was weird. It was like a weird time.
It was weird. They were doing the most. I had to fucking go on Google. Okay. Okay, Cookie. Cookie wants to be on the podcast.
Come on, Cookie. Come here. Come on. Come here. Pick her up. But this time, first of all, the waitress was so fucking rude. I first was asking her about drinks, and she couldn't even bear with me to answer any questions. I wanted to know if I was asking her about the steaks. Which steak should I get? Because I had one particular one, but I was curious about a special. And she's like, well, whatever your heart's desire. Bitch, tell me what the fucking difference is in these steaks. Which one is more popular? Have you eaten the steaks? What are the tastes different? Like, I don't know. I'm asking you because you work here and you have the information. And she almost got herself sliced up because she was talking to this other black woman real nasty was in her face, was like looming over her to the point where the black woman was like having to push back, and her husband was telling her like, calm down, because he knew. And this woman, she was like a small petite woman, but when I looked around at her, I said, oh, this woman can fight. Like, I just could see it in her eyes that she could fight, and she was not afraid to fight. I think the only reason she didn't buck up at this woman was because their daughter was there. And she's like, I can't get arrested at fucking STK on Mother's Day, so I'm just going to have to keep it cute. But, like, there's never a reason why anyone should have to talk to your manager. Like, who wants to be the person to speak to the manager? It shouldn't have to happen. And the other coworkers were not much better. Like, some of them were okay, but like there was too much shenanigans, not for the price per plate that we're paying. Like, definitely not. Even if it was at Applebee's, I would have had an issue, but not when your cheapest steak is like $49. And you can't get a cocktail the cocktails are $21.
Oh, yeah. Fuck STK for like the expensive ass cocktail. Okay, all right.
You cannot be acting all weird and stush when I'm the one. And then, like, at the end of the dinner, they're giving us, and like me and my cousin were splitting it for my aunt. And the waiter is like standing over us, waiting for us to put in how much we're gonna give for tip. Don't stand over me when I'm about to give a tip. I'm going to give whatever the fuck I want, and I am a good tipper. I like to tip at the bare minimum 20%, and I like to give people in the service industry grace, because at the end of the day, it is a difficult job. It's frustrating. You have a lot of things to deal with, but if you are just being objectively rude, don't expect me to give you the same type of tip I would have given you if you actually acted as if you cared about helping me. And I work in customer service. There are plenty of times people ask me questions. I'm like, what the fuck? Why are you talking to me?
Yeah,
why are you asking this?
Why are you asking all the questions?
And I just respond with them in the way, like, I'm not trying to make you sound stupid or look stupid. I am just answering your questions. And I could even, from the very beginning of sitting down at the table, which pissed me off because we're here for a Mother's Day. We're just trying to enjoy ourselves. And I now feel uncomfortable. And even with getting a new waiter, it's like, I still feel like, oh, she's looking at us or all this. Like, I don't want any of that when I'm spending money on fucking food.
Yeah.
Okay? Not when I'm spending money on food. Just be glad that the majority of I feel like all the food was good. I feel like the steak was delicious, but it could have been a little bigger. Mm-hmm. It could have been a little thicker. Like, there could have been, it wasn't, like, I feel like STK, now that we've been there 3 times, or I've been there at least 3 times, I really feel like it is the type of place where it's all about the aesthetic, mm-hmm. and it's not about, like, really making sure you're crafting that fine dining experience.
Yeah.
Compared to, like, when we went to, like, Nobu, and it was, like, a very, like, we want to make sure you're happy and you're enjoying everything here, because what we're making for you is just such a explosion on your palate. We want to make sure you're enjoying everything. Mm-hmm. That's not what I'm getting from STK. I'm getting Instagram photos, and we're going to make the layout beautiful, and the food could just be, you know.
Fine.
It could be fine. Now, the food,
fine.
Like, the food, like, we got lobster mac and cheese, and it was delicious. It had lots of chunks of lobster. We had honey glazed Brussels sprouts with little pieces of bacon, and that was delicious. And my steak was good. Like, the other food was pretty good, but it wasn't as good as it could have been, and the service didn't make it any better.
Yeah.
So I feel like yeah, I guess the only other annoyance I have is the fact that we don't have a 4-day work week, because I can't. 5 days is too much. It's too much. It's too much. And the weekend goes by too quick. It's already Monday. The weekend does
go by very quickly.
It's already Monday.
Yeah, it's my Sims.
They're just milling around. Looking for work. Looking for what to do.
At least if I'm unemployed, then at the very least I need to make sure that my Sims go to work. You know what I mean?
Could you imagine if you could like build a resume from just your Sims?
Yeah, they would. If I could use my Sims as a professional reference, like they would say that I'm great at project management.
Yeah. I have one more thing that pissed me off.
Sure.
My fucking nail came off today, and that pissed me the fuck off. Look at this. It looks ridiculous.
It has been a while, because I was gonna say that we should get
go next week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Before the wedding or before
Probably
the
before
trip?
wedding.
Okay, yeah, sure. Remind me that I have to go to the dry cleaner tomorrow or today.
I got you.
Yeah. Is that everything that's pissing you off?
That's it. Don't let me say anything else.
Okay. So, how can you really gauge a candidate based on a less than 30-minute phone interview? The interview process right now is fucking crazy. Like, I have been on 2 Zoom interviews and 1 phone interview. All I can do is just give you information that you're already reading off of the resume, even if like I elaborate on that information and give you my best foot forward. You're not getting really who you're going to want to hire unless you do that shit in person, right? And now, don't get me wrong, when this was COVID and you had to basically like cover your ass and like isolate and stuff, it made sense to do phone interviews and shit. But you can't fucking get anything from somebody from a phone interview. You passed over my fucking resume because my phone interview wasn't up to snuff or whatever. I did the best that I fucking could. I tried so hard and got so far.
But in the end,
it didn't even matter for your little fucking white glove service bullshit. I hope the person that you hire is incompetent. I hope so. Keep the resume on file. Fuck off. Fuck off. I'm tired, and this is just a fucking bullshit ass time for me. I'm tired of the interview process. I'm tired of getting rejections. I'm tired of putting myself out there just to get nothing. All right?
Yeah, ChatGPT can help in these sort of situations for resumes. It does. You can like kind of, for a job interview, kind of coordinate the things that you want to say, but the job hunt is just terrible right now.
It's
because
terrible.
Everybody is applying, whether you're old, you're young, you're middle aged. It's just a shit show, which is why I 100% do not want to be involved in that.
We both can't be unemployed.
We both could not be unemployed.
Like,
that would be a very sad podcast.
It would be sad. It would be a sad existence. Just 2 people just complaining about the job market, trying to fight for the same jobs and shit.
Yeah, right? Because we would probably have a little bit of overlap.
Yeah, there would be some overlap.
All right, what else? What else is pissing you off?
Finally, my super who has been ignoring me is finally coming tomorrow. Will he actually come?
He?
I don't know.
Will he?
We'll fucking see. We will see. We will fucking see.
I don't believe them because this is the 3rd time. What's the other one? Said, "Oh, I'll be back tomorrow to bring the keys." He didn't show up.
Yeah.
Nobody showed up today to bring any keys or to look anything. Now the other one who's just been dodging. The thing that pisses me off is that when the elevator thing happened and you were like, "Okay, are you coming for the elevator?" And they're like, "Yeah." Like, "Okay, what about the keys?" Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. Nothing.
It just pisses me off. You cannot have a business and not respond to people. Yeah. You can't. You can't.
This
is customer service 101.
This is mad customer service.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Okay, anything else?
And finally, This one over here is colluding with this fucking dog to shit in my goddamn room. I believe it. I believe it.
I am
Out of nowhere, you're like, let's go see the Guardians of the Galaxy. And then I walk this dog before we go see Guardians of the Galaxy, and I lock my goddamn door.
We said we were going to see Guardians a while back. You were having a rough week. I wanted to get you out your apartment.
And then like 5 hours beforehand, you're like, oh, by the way, we're going to see Guardians of the Galaxy. You're getting the popcorn. In the, Alamo Draft House. How do you not understand the concept of a whiskey ginger? It's ginger ale, not ginger beer. Why would I want ginger beer and whiskey? What the fuck kind of, aesthetics are you working on that you think that motherfuckers are talking about ginger beer? I don't like ginger beer. It's ginger ale that goes with whiskey, not ginger beer.
Well, okay, but this is a question for me.
I say ginger ale.
I know, you always do, and I always write it down. They always say we don't have that. But why don't you, I personally...
What kind of establishment doesn't have ginger ale? No, I'm serious. Now I'm serious. In those little... Thank you! It doesn't make sense to not have ginger ale. I don't know if that's the reason why you're right along with me. But it doesn't make sense to not have ginger ale. Ginger ale, look, of the soda pillars in the bar, there's Coke, there's seltzer, there's ginger ale, and then maybe Sprite.
Okay, yeah, I thought Sprite
maybe Sprite. Maybe Sprite, yeah. Dark, white, clear, ginger ale.
Yeah.
Because ginger ale mixes with so many things.
It mixes well with everything.
It mixes well with everything.
You can pretty much have a ginger ale with any mixer and it's going to taste good. But why don't you, to me, ginger ale and ginger beer, I like both of them. Ginger beer is a little bit stronger, but why don't you like ginger beer?
Because that's not the drink that I wanted. I want the drink that I want. If I'm tipping you, because I also am a good tipper. No, I, for the longest time, grew up with that black stereotype that black people don't tip well. And so because of that, I always tip 20%. I always tip 20% at the bare minimum. So now, if I get less than as far as service, now you put me in a weird position where now I have to am I going to be a stereotype or am I going to rise to the occasion and just say, oh, they had an off night? Now I have to tip you 20% because you didn't have fucking ginger ale? What kind of bullshit is that? It doesn't make any sense to me. Why don't you have Alamo Draft House? Get fucking ginger ale. It doesn't make any goddamn sense. Get ginger ale. Oh. And then this dog shits in my room. Just as soon as I walk in the door, I look over, I see that the door is open. Just shit. Right? Not even one little measly rabbit shit. Just poop. Poop on the floor. I had to get a wet nap and everything.
I mean,
this
at least she
fucking
didn't
dog.
pee. It was just a poop.
It's worse because she didn't, it'd be one thing if she was relieving her bowels and just pooping and pissing. No, she specifically pooped. And I blame you.
Why? I walked her before we went out.
No, seriously. Every time this dog visits, you're like, let's leave the apartment. And I'm like, why? Why not? I'm looking back at it. I'm just like, every single time, oh, we got to go to Kai's party. Oh, we have to go out to fucking shuffleboard and shit like that. And I'm just like, why do we have to go to these things while the dog is here? You want to give this dog anxiety. I think you're a fucking terrorist. You're a shit terrorist. You're a dog shit terrorist. You're terrorizing me with so much dog shit in my room, and I have no idea why. That's the worst part. You won't even explain to me what's the end game? What's it all for? What's the message that you're trying to send to me? What is this about? You're colluding with this dog. You use this dog as a fucking weapon.
I can promise you that I am not colluding with Cookie.
That's the name of your fucking movie. Colluding with Cookie.
Colluding with Cookie.
Colluding with
That'd
Cookie.
be a cute little buddy film. A buddy film with me and my dog Cookie.
Ridiculous.
But I mean, okay, on the bright side, at least she's not a big dog, because then her poops would be bigger.
Also, this is whatever. I gotta be careful about how I say this. I am saddened by the recent news that I was given by my best friend. I would hope that maybe we were closer, that you could inform me of this information sooner. Maybe you were too
Processing it.
and it was too close for you to actually just say it. If I had known, I would have been there to help. I would have been there to support. But it did upset me, and it made me sad when I found out. It made me sad for the
collective.
The actual reason for the sadness, but it made me sad because it made me think that maybe you didn't want to confide in me.
Yeah, no, I understand that. I was feeling like that similarly because someone close in my life is having a baby.
Oh, okay. I thought this was something else.
Well, you tell me what you think it was after. Someone in my life was having a baby. Is having a baby. And I'm super excited about it. And they are having a baby shower. The only reason I knew about the baby shower is because someone else who assumed I was going to be there contacted me about it and was like, "Hey, when you come down, can you bring me something for me?" And I was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." So no. And then once I found out the information, I was like, "Well, I'm not going." One, because we have a wedding to go to next week, and I'm not going to rearrange what I could be doing or try to leave early to get down there and be a part of it as much as I would want to. But we don't live that far away from each other where it wouldn't be possible for me to go. But it's very frustrating to me that people close to me are not including me. I think that's probably the root of it, is not feeling included in things where you feel like you should be, and not in an entitlement thing, but we know each other, we're very close, and I will always come to support you regardless. So why would you tell all these other people and not tell me? And that's very frustrating. Because then it's are you trying to say you don't care about me being there, or are we not as close as I thought we were? I mean, I don't know. And that it is kind of a sting to be well, what the fuck is going on? Why am I not being included in this information? Because I know when, say for me and my best friends.
All 30 of them.
When something big happens in my life, regardless if I ever said it to anybody on social media or anything like that, I'm going to tell them, I'm going to message the group chat, or I'm going to call one of them and be like, this thing has happened. I want you to know because it's important to me, and I want you to be aware of something important going on in my life. And if I was having an event to celebrate myself or whatever life event I was having, I couldn't imagine not inviting folks who I know are at least in a geographical area where they could possibly come, regardless of whether I expected them to or not. But just I like the offer to be extended. Regardless if I actually come, I always want to be offered. Because you never know what I'll be possible to do. And that's whether it's someone needing emotional support, if someone's wanting to have an event or whatever. I just want to be a part of the thing.
Yeah, you're a little mermaid up in this bitch.
I want to be a part of your world.
Yeah.
I want to be where the people are. That's it. So I understand. And that's frustrating, but I do think that you should share these thoughts.
I'm going to share them in person. Probably not immediately because...
Okay. Not immediately.
I have plots.
Not immediately.
There are plots happening.
But you could share them at a time
Maybe
that feels okay.
just like, hey.
There's going to be a lot of time to talk.
Yeah, there will be a lot. Look, we got a week, baby. Like, we got a whole week going on. But yeah.
Is that the things that made you, or those are the things that made you angry?
I feel like there was one more. And I can't remember what it was.
Did it have to do with food or being outside? The regular.
It has to be about one of those things.
The act of applying for jobs, your super cookie, people asking you to do stupid things, your friends fighting.
So. The last thing is a continuation of the last thing that I was saying.
Okay.
I hope that all parties involved are doing okay. Mm-hmm. And I hope that everybody is fine. Like, it's not my place to say what it is. You know what I mean? So that's why I'm being cryptic. But if they do end up hearing this, I do want them to know that, like, I hope that everything is, like, favorable for everyone. It's amicable, yes. I hope that everybody is okay. Emotionally, spiritually, mentally, physically. I hope that just everybody is okay.
Yes,
I hope that everybody is okay. Now, with that being said, we have an RIP that we need to... Sorry, I don't have YouTube Red, and I will never get YouTube
don't
Red.
Get it. It's pointless.
It is pointless. Like, yeah, so what if I get a Spectrum
pay more
one?
money for bullshit. All right, so every week or whenever it happens, we like to pay homage to those who have joined the ancestors, and just say their names and recognize their accomplishments in the world. So this week we are...
I thought that was her whole name. Barrier shattering. I was just like, okay, that's a dope-ass name.
We are honoring Grace Boombree.
Mm-hmm.
I hope I'm pronouncing
it.
Boombree.
I think it's
Boombree.
Mm-hmm.
Who passed away at 86. She was a mezzo-soprano, who was one of opera's first black stars. And look, I love the opera. I've never really gotten to see one in person.
She's got a nice Amy Winehouse hairdo.
She does. I mean, this bouffant is giving, okay? Like, everything about it. Like, if I could have been able to see her perform, that would have been amazing. But she passed away today in Vienna. She had a stroke in October, and she'd just been, I guess, living with that since then. She grew up in St. Louis during segregation, and she broke out with her performance in Aida at the Paris Opera at 23 in 1960. And she just continued to gain notoriety from there. The New York Times says she was the first black woman to perform at the Bayreuth Festival, cast as a character typically portrayed as a Nordic ideal in an opera written by a composer known for his anti-Semitism and German nationalism. And of course, they were very racist about her having this performance, but of course, she persevered. So I'm glad that she both got her flowers when she was alive and got to perform on the stage. But also she is now being given her honors and recognized because, she broke a lot of barriers, and there are so many, like right now there's a few different black opera performers that I follow on social, and they wouldn't have had any ability to be there without her. So thank you very much, Grace, and thank you for being an honorable ancestor. All right, so now it's time for the joyous time of our podcast. What is making us happy?
I'm the baby merchant, tots are us. I give you all the service and no damn fuss. Give the baby merchant just a week or two. I'll have your baby for you.
What's making you happy this week?
Doing this podcast, putting out this podcast, beating you in Risk, because that's fun.
How many times have you beat me in Risk this week?
A lot, actually. I've been keeping track, and I've beaten you more than I've lost this week. Sometimes, yeah, but other times, like this week, it's been like, hey, hey.
Okay.
Send him to heaven. Wait. Hey, okay. So, did I do anything this week?
You did the podcast with?
Oh, yes. The podcast, the Dragon Ball podcast with Lawson and Benel. You can find it. Just type in Dragon Ball podcast. I'm sure you'll be able to find it.
Lawson and
With
Benel.
Lawson and Benel. I missed Benel.
You didn't miss Lawson.
I miss Lawson. I miss both of them. And I miss talking to them. So it was a great hang that we had. It was great speaking with them again. It was so much fun to do.
You sounded like you were having a great
I
time.
was having a great time. I was
You were cackling.
I was drinking. I was drunk.
You were cackling.
Yes. I didn't want to point this out. I cackled more on that podcast than I do on this podcast.
Well, we're not really in a cackling. Like, what would we be cackling about? Like, in that way?
I mean, you don't come with the jokes. So. What? You don't. What?
We are a professional,
Yes, we are.
news-based
And you
comedy podcast.
Yes, and you are.
I bring the news.
You bring the
You
news.
bring the funk.
Okay,
And I am still hilarious regardless.
I never said that you weren't. My point is that when you're doing a podcast with two comedians versus when you're doing it with a journalist, because you are a journalist.
I am a journalist.
It's just it's different vibes.
Sorry that I'm not cackling.
What do
Make
you
me a
mean?
joke every second that I'm doing serious news. Okay? It's a serious enterprise. We might win a Pulitzer.
Oh, we're never winning a fucking Pulitzer. Are you
We
kidding
might.
me?
You don't know.
Are you kidding me?
You don't know.
A Pulitzer.
Yes, a Pulitzer.
We're not winning a Pulitzer. We're not winning a Peabody.
You don't know that.
Nobody is giving
You
us
don't know
any
that.
award.
I
We're
believe
not
that we
even
can.
getting an
I
iHeartRadio
believe we
fucking
can.
thing.
We're gonna start with a Webby and we're gonna build our way up.
Are we even gonna get a Webby?
Yeah, we are. Because we're
When are
dope
we
as
get-
fuck, and that's what
No, I know that
I'm
we're
saying.
dope as fuck, but boy, oh boy.
I believe in us. All right, what else?
You believe? Oh, never mind. I can't say that. Damn it! Damn you, R. Kelly. And I am excited for the next week because we have a wedding and then we go on vacation.
Yes.
It is gonna be.
Jamaica.
It's gonna be so much fun.
Jamaica.
And I'm going to get into so many shenanigans.
You're always in shenanigans.
Not always. I wouldn't say I'm always in the shenanigans.
50% of the
But
time.
I'm getting in there.
You're getting in shenanigans.
Yes. And it'll be fun. It'll be fun. That's everything that's making me happy this week. What about you? What's making you happy?
One, going to see Guardians of the Galaxy.
Oh, yeah. We got to go see Guardians of the Galaxy. Why didn't you remind me of that?
I knew that once I said it, you'd be reminded of it.
You fucking dick.
Guardians of the Galaxy. Awesome. Loved it. I thought they did an amazing job with
So
Rocket's
sad.
backstory. It was
So
so sad. So sad. But also hurt.
The first words out of his mouth is hurt.
It was a very good movie. Go watch it. We will not spoil it for you. And yeah, please watch
Fuck
it.
you, High Evolutionary.
Fuck you, High Evolutionary. Okay, what else? That made me happy. Finishing a project that I've been working on at work made me happy, even though we're not officially finished with it. The main portion of it that was giving me the most anxiety is done. The work that I've been doing with the DEI team has been really good. What else? I too am very excited about Jamaica and our vacation, and also this wedding next week because I feel like it's gonna be really fun.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun wedding.
And going to see Beyonce. It's getting closer and closer and closer.
Closer.
And
He's not canceled, right?
No, he's
Good.
just weird. I think that was it for me. But then these are some news stories that made me happy. Well, Sasha Obama, the little baby, the youngest daughter of the only first lady and president we can recognize. Well, I guess kind of Joe Biden, but yeah. Sasha Obama graduated from USC with a degree in I think it's sociology. Yeah, a degree from in sociology from the University of Southern California. Congratulations to her and all the graduates, because Biden was speaking at the Howard graduation, which was great. Now, I just want to say there was something going around that apparently they misprinted Joe Biden's name and it said John Biden on programs. And I personally think that this was a plant from the Institute trying to discredit us. I don't believe it until Howard's page puts it out.
He does look like a John, though.
He does look like a John. I wouldn't be surprised if he was. But, you know, sometimes things happen so quickly.
Yeah.
But this is why you need copy editors.
Yeah, you need proofreaders.
But you know what? We still in Mecca, and Joe Biden, whether it's Joe,
We the
John,
Mecca.
he's still there. He was still talking to us. Okay? And white people were getting upset because he said white supremacy is like the biggest terrorist something, like the biggest threat to our democracy. And he was not wrong. And the main thing, outside of spending time with you and doing this podcast, the main thing that I've been feeling so good about this week
It's Mother's Day, because all of our mothers deserve a shout out. Thank you, my mom. Shout out to Cassandra. She's great. Shout out to Sue. She's awesome. Shout out to Sade. She's awesome. Shout out to Shanique. She's awesome.
y'all.
Shout
All of
out
our aunts.
all of our aunts, all of our friends with kids.
Yes,
Shout out to
so many of them.
Mulaney and Josie and Gina.
And Erica and April and Radonna. There's so many. There's so many people.
And Mari. Ooh, forgot
You
about
can't even
Mari.
name
Shit,
those.
no! It's 1 o'clock!
See? I sent her a message hours ago.
God
I
damn
thought you
it!
did already. I didn't know how you could forget. It was just her birthday too.
It was
Did you
just
say
her
happy
birthday.
birthday to her?
I did say happy birthday.
At least you did that. Okay, now the other thing that I'm really, really happy about
Oh.
is Janelle Monáe.
Wait, why did you send it and oh, you fucked me.
I did
You
not.
fucked me.
I did not.
You fucked me with my own friend.
I did not. I saw her page and I said, let me say happy Mother's Day to her. She has all these beautiful photos of her doing stuff, enjoying her birthday. Sorry, I'm a better friend than you.
Oh, shut the fuck up! Fuck off! You go. You know what? We got 2 minutes. Come on. Go.
Okay.
Go.
My last thing that I wanted to say that made me really happy was Janelle Monáe's lipstick lover video, and I am 100% hoping that is what Jamaica looks like.
Yeah.
Because it was amazing.
Just a bunch of aunties out there. Low hanging.
No, ew. Why do you have to make it terrible?
Why is that terrible? Why is the human form so disgusting to you?
Up.
How dare you? That woman has been on this earth longer than you can count. And unfortunately, you think that she deserves to not be nude? See, this is why they don't like you in LS.
I think everyone deserves to be nude all the time, regardless. But you know what I'm talking about, and you know what I'm talking about. So don't.
Sure, whatever you say.
Be aggy.
Whatever you say.
Anyway, that is all. Oh, and also, what else? Was there something else?
No, I don't think there is. Thank y'all for watching and listening to the podcast. If you're listening to this podcast, know that we do Instagram Live whenever we record this. If you're watching the podcast, know that we have an audio version of the podcast for you to listen to. Thank y'all for supporting, and send us emails and check us out and
subscribe, comment, rate us 5 stars.
Yeah, and like us,
share us with your friends.
Yes, we need all the interaction that we can possibly get,
because we need subscribers.
All right.
Okay.
Bye.
Thanks for listening to the show. If you'd like to contact the podcast, you can reach us via email at blackandsnerdypodcast@gmail.com. You can also find us on Instagram and TikTok at Black and Snerdy Podcast, as well as on Twitter at Black and Snerdy. You can find me, Maurice, on all social media under the handle Licorish is Legit. That's LICORISH is legit.
And you can find me on Instagram. It's That'sOD_THATSOD.E, and on Twitter, THATSOD_E. And don't forget to like, rate, and subscribe to us. Tune in next time to the Black and Snerdy Podcast, where nerds of a feather flock together.
Remember?
Bye.
Boy.
Not yet.
No, this is keeping it. We're keeping this in. Don't forget to take your meds and your subs and drink water. Bye.
Bye.
I actually want to keep that.